Welcome everyone to NABS and to Watkins Glen. It is time for round 2 of this incredible season, which kicked off in style 1 week ago at Hockenheim. And now we are all set and ready to go for what should be an absolute thriller here in Watkins Glen. We had a lot of drivers preview this event to be special, and now it is time to see whether all of the hype is going to get delivered on the circuit by our contenders in the field. Well, wherever you might be joining us from, it is great to have you with us for qualifying, which is underway. 20 minutes ticking down on the clock. Tier 2 are out on the circuit at the moment. We'll run you through how this qualifying session works. But this is round 2 of NABS with the F1 2010 cars. And it is great to continue this season. And thank you very much for joining us. It is season number 8. And we are taking a look right now at some of our drivers circulating their way round. So this qualifying session is going to be taking part across 2 different splits. So what I mean by that is you've got tier 2 that will go out first, and they will be out on the circuit for 12 minutes. Once the clock hits 8 minutes, so once it's 8:00, basically that is where lap time stops. There's no overtime. There's no, okay, finish that lap. So we're going to have to time things, and we're going to have to make sure that whatever lap time a driver begins, they need to finish it before the clock hits 0. So it's not your traditional qualifying session. It's a hard cutoff, because then after that, tier 1 need to go out, and tier 1 will be making their way on the circuit, and then they will be finding themselves as well setting some lap times across 8 minutes. Same for them. They'll have a cutoff. It's just the fair thing to do to cut them off equally. So that's why things work out in that way. Now, I'm your commentator, Romy. A pleasure to have your company in the background. We're going to have JT behind the scenes, and to the barriers, we're going to have Zohair Khan to start that one off, as he's going to reset to the pit lane, and he was not intending to finish off that lap. Do not worry. Do not worry. We have talented drivers in this field. They're not all just going to drive off in that way for nothing. Some just, want to style their way back into the pit lane and press that teleport button. You get that quite a bit. Right, Dr. Toastic then, as he currently makes his way through. If you weren't with us when it came to Hockenheim 1 week ago, we had a lot go on. Good thing for you is that we have got highlights that were put out. So after this, make sure you go watch that. Make sure you go tune in and watch how everything is going to work out and how everything's going to play out. But for now, we're going to focus on Watkins Glen in this session. It was 13 Bot, by the way, who ended up as the race winner in absolute brilliant fashion. But here he was up against his teammate at the end, and his teammate not deciding to fight, which was the understandable thing to do considering the tyres. So that was 13 Bot finishing ahead of Timis. They are 1 and 2 in your championship standings at the moment in time. Malti was in 3rd, Dakota 4th, Rashford is in 5th. And that's how the top 5 look. Now, in terms of tier 2, because we need to split them just because of qualifying, it would be too many cars on the circuit. You can already see as Gold, Ginger's gone round. You can already see, just look at the map. Look at the map. It's a circuit filled with drivers right now. And this is only tier 2. This is tier 2 basically going out. Of course, we all combine into one for the race, but for qualifying, we need to split them up. We need to do what Formula 2 does at Monaco, Formula 3 as well. And we need to split them just purely to avoid cars having absolute trouble. I'll give you a real-life example. Which I'd usually take to a Formula 2 broadcast, as I know we've got lots of Formula 2 fans here at NABS. Alive Aches is making his way by. We'll get on to him in a second as well. Not Tyler going quickest of all in Sector 3. But the 2011 GP2 qualifying that we had all those years ago, that was basically where the idea came about, and leagues have also used it. And that's why we have this. Right, Alivix, he had now an interesting time, let's just say, last time out. He's currently fastest, 1 minute 14.736. He was the car that was flying around on the opening lap and had a bumpy opening lap. There's a car round in a pit lane, in fact. That's Dakota as he gets himself going. As we now check in with our next driver, TR4, making his way by. And he's going quickest of all in the second sector. But yeah, Alive Aches found themselves in a heap of trouble last time out. It wasn't the ideal sight. They were involved in quite a lot of fighting, but it was a great job to get it over the line for them. Right, we are into the last few minutes. Remember, when the clock hits 8 minutes, that's it. You can't come across the line, finish your lap. No, you have to teleport straight to the pit lane, whether you're on the quickest lap we've ever seen in the world or whether you're already done. You have to teleport to the pit lane, and that's just to make sure equal time is given. There was Airline spinning round. Great to see that we've got a few more drivers joining us. Of course, some weren't able to make it last time out, including Steven, who we'll get very shortly. He is, you can actually see his name in 26th. He'll be one of our Tier 1 drivers in a few moments' time. But he's the one who runs our Instagram, which has got a few videos with 1 million views as TR4's gone off stationary momentarily. I think they're just getting out of the way as well of other cars at the same time. So here is Umar then currently down towards the braking zone, and they're going to call that quits for that lap. And Laluch as well waiting in the pit lane. We're just waiting to see who's actually setting lap times as things stand at the moment. Alive Aches. So Alive Aches is going quickest of all in Sector 1. So that's the driver who's P1. And he's trying to further improve his time as we tackle some of the great corners that Watkins Glen has to offer. We're going to be getting some race. If anyone remembers a few seasons ago when Adam Galaxy was covering, it was Adam Galaxy in the booth that day, that crazy last lap where the teammates took each other out. Well, in Germany they avoided it, the Renault boys, or we could have had a repeat if they had chosen to go a bit differently. Watkins Glen has produced some of the most, well, probably I'd say one of the most craziest moments, if not the craziest moment as well. So, yeah, this is going to be then Alive Aches making his way by and down towards the start-finish line in a few moments' time. So he's the driver currently P1, trying to further improve his advantage, and he does. 1 minute 14.681. And he is the driver in the lead right now of this session, this this part 1 session, tier 2 of course. And they've got till the clock hits 8 minutes to do a lap time. Epic Games there, still struggling to get a time. That applies to Airplane. They need to definitely push on. We saw them have a few moments ago. Calvaro is out there. Just finding an improvement up to 5th in the order. This is Niche. Was involved in some of the fighting in Hockenheim. We appreciate all of the drivers who kept us entertained. And then we've got Edemos then up to 3rd. So it's 3rd position for them. So Alive Aches, then TR4, and then Odemos, Zoher Khan, and then Calvaro is currently your order as we take a look at Vibe Officer. As they flick it over the line and of course make their way straight back to the pit lane, because in this session you have no time. There's no such thing as cooldown laps for them as well. Zoher Khan currently making his way through, just making sure he's out of the way. Traffic is a big issue, so the drivers want to, even if they come to a halt, they want to make sure they're out of other drivers' way. So that's why we're seeing cars stop. Of course, in most cases, if you see a car stop, you're usually panicking about what's gone on. So yeah, but in this case, some drivers are stopping just to let some others through. So Epic Games has gone from 22nd to 13th position, a great improvement for them as we check in with Calvaro now. Pushing on out there, not an improvement when it comes to the middle sector. Over the line we're going to go, and no improvement overall. So the 3rd sector costing them even more time as things stand. So we are now entering the territory where you've got to begin laps. Remember, when the clock hits 8 minutes exactly, that is the session done. Nagu up to 19th, so that's an improvement. Right, Nagu's going to be beginning his final lap. So we're looking at a territory where drivers, so these are the final few seconds. So TR4 is not going to be able to make it round again. They're done. They are done. Tier 1 drivers having a great time. So, okay, we're getting a lot of drivers who are not going to, I don't know whether Odimos is going to be able to complete that lap, actually, because they've just... So Odimos has just started a lap, but it was under 1 minute 14 seconds to go. Right, Dr. Toastic is on a lap. This is his final lap. He won't be able to go again, and he's 22nd position. So who else is pushing round? Epi Games, 14th as things stand. Here is Airline. No improvement for them. Gold Ginger, so they are actually finding an improvement. So this could be exactly what Gold Ginger needs. Fourth position. So they've bolted forward with the latest lap that they've just set on the board. And we're still getting to lots of drivers who aren't on laps. These are lap times that are currently ongoing. Smooth is in 22nd. You've got 20 seconds to complete a lap, basically, at the moment. Or you're going to have to reset to the pit lane. Naigu is not improving as things stand, and that'll remain the case. They'll remain in 19th. And that will be the last driver. No one's going to be able to get around again. Few drivers beginning lap times too late. So, Odimos, well, the clock has already hit 0. He is a new driver, so I don't know whether he's going to complete this lap. I mean, he is going to complete the lap, but I don't know if that will count, because the ruling is that you cannot set a lap time and you must reset to the pit lane after 8 minutes. So for now, provisionally, he's top, but the ruling is that you cannot, because look, tier 1 drivers are already out on circuit. So I don't know whether that, well, I don't know if there's a way that they'll be able to strip that pole off him anyway, other than a restart or something else, but that might be something that they need to look at. I don't blame him, because I think he was a driver who just came in. From my understanding, I saw in the chat that he just joined, basically. So he won't be on pole anyway, I don't think, because I think tier 1 is going to have something to say about it with the absolutely fast, rapid drivers there. But yeah, Odimos with a lap time. But I think as he joined, because I saw him asking for mods and everything, I think as he joined late, he may have not known the rule of that you must teleport straight to the pit lane. So yeah, it won't have a big impact in terms of in the battle for pole, because I absolutely believe that surely someone in tier 1 is going to better that time of a 1 minute 14.6. So we'll focus on that. Let's actually jump on board then. This is with Sixter. Was the pole sitter, was the leader in the opening laps, and then things went wrong for him from there. Dakota's the second driver to also begin a lap. Remember, these drivers only have 6 minutes and 30 seconds, and when the clock hits 0 for them, that's their session done as well. No overtime for these drivers. So that means that the session is basically already important. You don't know how many laps you're going to get, and you are definitely going to get less laps compared to tier 2. 6 minutes are going to remain then. First lap's currently ongoing. Sixter to the first sector is, of course, right now on a green. And that's because this is his first tour. So everyone's going to be improving, and then it'll all be about, can you try and go there? Takoda has had a bit of a moment momentarily. Oh, Sixter talking about a moment, and straight into the pit lane and back out onto the circuit they'll need to go. What I was trying to say until that moment happened, Takoda had a moment of himself, but luckily was able to keep it together. I don't assume this will be the quickest time on the board. I think someone, surely, if they can get a perfect lap around this circuit, will be able to go quicker. Right, let's get some times on the board. Takoda to the front of the field. Timis displaces him immediately, and that is the driver who is second in the points battle after the season opening contest that we ran. Here is Crisp then, pits first of all, and they go up to 9th. So they go up to 9. The fake TB to the front of the field, and they have set a they've set a lap time, a 1 minute 14.402, and that is going to be very much interesting as we head our way by. So that's a replay of what happened to Sixter and their moment. Okay, 4 minutes and 40 seconds remain. Stephen, welcome to the season for him, because he wasn't with us in round 1. But as I was mentioning earlier, he runs our Instagram, which has got quite a few videos with 1 million views. So, you know, he does a great job with it. He does an absolute brilliant job with it. He also edited the highlights as well last time out. So thank you very much to him for that. The fake TB's going for it once again. Just one thing as well on the fake TB. There is a chance. I'm going to have to check this after today, but I think I might have commentated on him about 5 years ago or something. Ridiculous like that. Because I've commentated on that exact name, so I need to work that out later on. Maybe if he wins, I can ask him in the interview. Who knows? Who knows? But for now, let's focus on him on the circuit because he is absolutely rapid. We're not going to see the finish of that lap. He's going to back out of it. Okay, 13 bot is beginning a lap time. Pitts is also pushing on as well. So there's quite a few drivers then who are improving as things stand. Rashford then down towards the braking zone. Timmis is going quickest of all in sector 1. And we'll jump on board with him. And we're going to, well, let you listen and enjoy the sounds as he completes this second and third sector. We'll interrupt if something dramatic happens elsewhere. Right, this has been the lap. We let you listen in. Timmis over the line, and it was a great lap because it right now is the quickest time. So he right now has the advantage as well. So it's very much getting interesting. Piz then is going to be in 6th. Rashford is in 5th. And it's a session where the drivers are finding time. And they've just got to keep doing that at the moment. Right, here we go. Let's check in now with the fake TB and get ready for him to push on next time by, because he's going to be a contender to definitely try and take away that pole position. Right, let's jump on board once again, down towards the braking zone as he tries to send it over the curb on the way in, wide on the way out, but he's going to look to try and now carry the momentum. Lots of elevation change here at Watkins Glen, of course. And then you get to this part of the circuit where the barriers are closed. You've still got a little bit of grass. The grass isn't healthy anyway. You get yourself on it and it can very much lead to a spin. Get ready for a lot of tight moments of brinkmanship come the race. That's about to come our way as well. And he's very much just fighting away and just trying to keep the foot pinned. It's can you try and drive this car in the most simple way possible. Over the curb he goes. And now dips downhill, goes up once again. Is going to try and take it over to the wide line. It's about getting as close to the grass as possible, but without it, oh! And we're going to go round with Crisp. We jump on board as he gets the car round, and that's a disappointment for him as he was trying to go quicker. Right, one driver going quicker is the fake TB. We've got to keep an eye on him. This will be his final lap. We have got 1 minute remaining on the clock. A lap time around here so far is a 1 minute 14.3. The fake TB is going to try better that. Up towards the line. Is it going to be pole position for the fake TB? Yes! It's a 1 minute 14.303 to hit the front of the field. And now it's going to be over to some of the other drivers to try and respond, including Stephen, who is very much getting you up to grips with this car. 6-star pole sitter for Hockenheim, of course, is not improving in either of the first 2 sectors. Stephen then, keeping the foot pinned. Timmis is going quicker as well in the second sector. We'll come to him in a few moments' time. But let's follow this lap. Let's see the end of this lap for Stephen. 4th to the front row. And Timmis now is going to need to go quicker. The fake TB and Stephen have displaced the man who originally had provisional pole. But is there enough time? The clock is ticking down. Timmis is going to get there. And he's going to go to second. He's missed out on pole position. And it is going to be the fake TB with the clock at 0 and no one being able to improve. The fake TB has taken pole position and he will lead us away for round 2 of the season. An absolutely incredible qualifying session and an incredible ending as well. I'm your commentator, Omi, and that was quite a lot of fun. JT's behind the scenes, giving you all the amazing camera angles and running this broadcast as well in this heat, may I just add as well. I've definitely got a bit of a cold drink and some cold water as well to try and assist, because we've got to try and get our way through in the best way possible. But this is going to be quite a lot of fun. This race should be very, very interesting. I mean, I don't want to remind some people back to Germany because I don't think some people want to be reminded of that, especially if they were involved in the chaos. But we did have a pile-up on lap number 1. So, Watkins Glen, it's, you could say once again, a bit tight. So it could be a little bit interesting. It might be a little bit juicy down towards turn 1. Let's hope the front of the field, everything is all okay. But yeah, the fake TB, it's his first race today, first qualifying, and on pole position. Incredible, incredible stuff. So pole position on debut for him, and he is now going to be leading us away for the race, and in his first race is going to try and win on debut. What a performance it would be if he can get that over the line. We're going to have to wait though. We're going to have to get through an incredibly long race. About an hour distance it can typically run to. Safety car. So the safety cars very much depend. Well, it's dependent on the safety car, I should say, rather. If I can get my words the right way round. Okay. So it's very much time to build up to the race, but before that, let's build up to what we have across the remainder of the season. So, this is our calendar. We've already done Hockenheim. Today we're at Watkins Glen. We'll go over to Austria, and then we'll have the Czech Republic Grand Prix, round 4. Then we'll go over to Spa, Azerbaijan, the Polish Grand Prix. Not a lot of drivers have driven around there. So yeah, lots of drivers have not driven around there at the moment. So that will be an interesting one on the 25th of September. Then Sao Paulo, Singapore, Silverstone, France. Not around Le Castellet, but rather Magny Cours. And then we'll go over to Abu Dhabi to conclude our season. That might not be the case in the real-life F1 season, but we will be completing our campaign at the Abu Dhabi Yas Marina circuit on 30th October. Okay. So, that's the calendar. And this is myself alongside the grid, the scary amount of cars. Remember, we've split Tier 1 and Tier 2 so far. Now we're looking at a very dangerous sight of so many cars all lined up in position and a chance of pure chaos on lap number 1. So we're going to take a deep breath. We're going to have lots of laps for you. Timis versus the fake TB is going to be your battle down towards turn number 1. Pole position on debut for the fake TB, and can he now try and convert that into a win on debut? We're not going to have long to find out. Not Tyler saying have a good stream, wish me luck, thank you very much. Turbo saying hello as well, 13 bots in the chat. Great to have everyone with us, all joining us and all getting excited for this second round of the season as well. So we're a few minutes away from getting ourselves underway, and you've seen an incredible qualifying so far, and now it's going to be time for the race. So this race, very much it's going to be important for the drivers to not try and win it all on lap 1. That is so important. That is so important that you don't try and win the race on lap 1 as well. So we are going to be, of course, having safety cars as per normal, like we did. We had it a few times in Germany. So if there is any chaos, then we'll go behind the safety car, we'll bunch the field up, and just like Formula 1, we'll get everyone getting their foot flat to the floor. So there is no DRS in these cars. There's nothing to aid the drivers with overtaking. It's simply get your foot down and drive as quick as possible. That is the only thing the drivers are challenged with, and it's simply control your car, basically. And, of course, drive cleanly. So, you know, other than the obvious, that's the only thing the drivers have to worry about. So it's kind of like an F4 car in that regard, because when you get to regional level, etc., everything, you start to get pushed to pass, DRS and other things. So it's kind of like what a junior driver would go through. But that's how motorsport was like back in the day when, you know, Dirty was a thing, but you could still battle and the cars were so much more smaller and, you know, it was all completely different. No drivers have to worry about refueling either. That's not something that we have to contend with. Very much it is just simple. It is simple. Of course, you have the pit stop in there. But other than that, it's a simple, basic F1 race where you drive your car fast, you do your pit stop, you make your way back out on the circuit, and you drive fast again until the checkered flag. And eventually, we'll see who's going to be the winner. 13 bot strategy was absolutely perfect. That's, you could argue, what won in the race. Sixter lost the race very early on, and he was no longer a contender in those early stages. So that's how it can easily go wrong as well. So you've got to kind of look at both sides of the perspective. It is heavily important to assess both sides of the perspective of, you know, strategy can play a massive part, and easily the race could be lost through that or won through that. Also, same thing on the circuit. If you are a little bit too chaotic, if you're dive bombing everywhere, that can cause trouble as well. So there is quite a lot of elements, and these cards are rapid. We're around Watkins Glen. The battling around here is going to be remarkable. It is going to be extraordinary. As I've mentioned, one of the most dramatic, if not the most dramatic moment in NABS history took place at this circuit on the final lap of the race between teammates. So this is going to be exciting, and this is going to be quite a lot of fun then, as we will get ourselves prepared. Everyone's lined up. It is a big grid, and they're all set and ready to do battle. The fake TB is going to be set and ready to lead us away, and he's going to have the advantage. Oh, that is Gold Ginger is disconnected from the server. Not the time to be having that. So possibly something's gone wrong. So that's something that we don't want to contend with as we make our way through. Okay, here we go. These are the nervy moments. We have the patient waiting game, and eventually lights will come on our screen. When they do so, we will tick them down, and eventually we'll get a contest underway. Here we go, everyone. Round 2 of the NABS racing season. Season 8 has lights coming on screen. And we go racing at Watkins Glen. Pole launch off the line for the debut boy. The fake TB goes nowhere. Timis takes the lead off the start, and up to second position I think has gone Steven. Dakota's going to be in the mix as well, and dropping down the order was the fake TB. From pole position he's down to 5th. Chaos once again at the back of the field, but a clear view for our leader. Timis is going to be looking to try and break away as Dakota tries to make an overtake on Steven, who is participating in his first race so far. Chaos spin in the background. Big crash in the background, and that is going to be Zohair Khan, one of the cars involved, and he's found himself losing momentum and having to continue on. So Timis, Dakota and Steven, your top 3 on the first lap of the race. Very dramatic start as we predicted. We expected chaos. We had a lot of cars spinning around in the background. That is going to be a live 8 trying to just get one to the inside. That's going to be up against Odimos, who was the top driver in the tier 2 session that we had. We're still doing battling. Alive 8 losing a position, going cautious on the opening lap. Some drivers going braver. TR4 is looking for a move as well. He was trying to turn the outside to the inside, and he won't be able to do it. Flo is going to stay ahead. As meanwhile, that's 13 bots going on the attack of the fake TB, who did an incredible job when it came to qualifying, but this is not the opening lap because he's now dropped to 6th, and he's now at risk of losing even further positions. Pitts is looking for an opportunity as well. Through goes our race winner from Hockenheim. 13 bots has gained a place. He's up to 6th. The fake TB, our pole sitter, is down to 7th, and now it's going to be Pizzed looking for the opportunity, and he's going to be assessing options at this stage. Can the fake TB try fight back? Oh, brilliant racing here at Watkins Glen. We're about to go possibly 3 wide. It's 13 bodies lost out. This one could end in tears down towards the braking zone. Pitts is going to back out of it. 13 ball will appear in front, and the fake TB still has the task of hanging it the long way round, and he's going to do that to stay ahead. 3 wide chaos already, and they kept it clean. So important that they did keep it clean as well. Lap 2 out of 46 then. We've already found ourselves with a few of our contenders dropping down. 34th, 33rd and 32nd aren't with the pack anymore. 24th downwards, they're also lost a lot of time, seconds to the gap ahead. So they're in a bit of a train. Oh, Wibe Officer spun. And that is going to be, well, the whole field coming towards him, but luckily he was parked on the inside line. As another spin in the background as well. So another car going round momentarily. This is your race leader with Dakota chasing him down, and it is game on here at Watkins Glen for the race victory then, as they try and push their way through on the 3rd tour of this race. 46 laps coming your way in total. And this is going to be a great opportunity for Dakota, trying to tuck in. Timmins parks it in the middle, and the overspeed for Dakota is going to try and take him the long way round to take the lead. But Timmins is going to try and respond. There's nothing he can do, and Dakota hits the front. He's our new leader on the third tour of this race, and now can he try and control things from here? Well, we knew there was a chance that was going to come. Had some great speed. You would kind of think that he had DRS, but there was no such thing. He got such a better exit, tucked in the slipstream, got that massive overspeed, and was already ahead before we got to the corner. Being a full car length ahead was very, very important, and then they battled down into the braking zone. So, thrilling to watch, and a great start to this one. Of course it's a NABS race. What else did we expect? We were always going to get just everything going on at the start. And it's not the day that the fake TB would have wanted, well, to go in this way. I mean, it's his debut, so I'm sure he's so happy and he's amazed that he took pole position. But in terms of the race start, I'm sure he would have wanted to stay a little bit more higher up. He did mention that it was possibly due to tyre temperatures, and he got lucky with that, the fake TB mentioned in qualifying. Because it was naturally a shock to him as well. So there is that possibility that maybe there is the slightest of chance that that was the thing that had an impact. So, the top two about half a second apart. And they are still scrapping their way by. Talking about scrapping, up the inside goes Calvaro, but that is very much the foot kept in by the fake TB. And he sends it the long way round and finds himself maintaining the position as they head their way through. So that is bravery from the fake TB. Already loving to have fake TB in this championship. He's doing so well. This is how the race lead changed hands. Was in the slipstream, had the overspeed. We cut off board. There you see the full car length alongside. Timmins tries to battle on the brakes. He's got the tighter line, and it's, you know, a bit of the NASCAR style, where the wider line works in his favor, and he takes the lead. So, of course, this circuit does offer quite a bit of that in terms of the high line, the low line through that corner. The new Madring circuit, I know a lot of, well, basically everyone here very much is an F1 fan as well who's driving. The Madring, I commentated my first race there yesterday. That has a big banking. I was already getting the NASCAR commentator terminology out. So there were drivers going to the high line, to the low line. We have a few circuits where we get to do that here as well. But yeah, Madrid is not something I will be bringing to our calendar. We'll see how it goes in real life. Oh, that is close. So Calvaro trying to squeeze the fake TB, who once again is keeping the foot in. But this time around, the lines are reversed, and it's Calvaro who is ahead, and he's finally up to 8th position as the fake TB drops down to 9th. And then it's going to be Alivex in 10th, and he'll be the next one to try and go on the charge and to try and go on the attack. Our producer has found another battle for us. That is going to be Naigu versus Zohair Khan. And then we've got another battle as well. Nish is fighting his way past, so Nish has gained a position. We have got so much going on. We're having to cut to absolutely everything. Luckily, I think we've covered most things off so far. And we've got picture-in-picture right now, the little box that you can see below Naigu's name, showing you his chase up against the fake TB. Okay, the field now begin to settle in, and will be getting themselves, just running. Apologies for the lag momentarily that we had. It was just a bit of a game lag spike as well, but everything is back to normal now as they head down towards T1 of the circuit. So drivers basically going absolutely everywhere at the moment as they try to keep their foot in and they try and keep their foot flat to the floor. Alivex, the wider line, just looking to try and get things ready. Okay, here we go. Naigu versus Flo. Naigu's getting himself by. They're side by side, wheel to wheel at this stage. Is he going to have the place when they next arrive in our shot down towards the braking zone? So Naigu will get the inside line, but the wider line, the outer line works so well. Oh no, Flo's gone straight into the barrier as he flips upside down, hits the wall, and there's a good thing that we've not got proper damage. Good thing we don't have BMNG style damage, or that would have been a horrendous shunt for him. And well, that is going to lose him a lot of positions. Oh, goodness me. That's not the part of the circuit where you want to be losing it at all. Oh, talking about losing it, that's going to be Timmis. Timmis finds himself going round, and another driver finding themselves in trouble. This circuit continuing to challenge the drivers, and meaning that we're getting moments. Wow. Okay, so Dakota's got a 2.7 second lead at the moment. 2.7 seconds. Calvo's coming to the pylon, as you can see below his name, in that mini box that we've got for you. So he's come in, and we continue to run then with more battles, and we're about to see a change in position. Look at how close this is. So TR4 at risk of losing out. And I think he is going to lose out. Oh, well, I say that. The line always works on the outside through there. And he may have lost a bit of momentum. He may have ended up probably about half a car length behind. But by the time they go to the corner, he ends up full car length ahead. That's the simple way that things work. It's lap 7 of our second round of the NABS season at Watkins Glen. I'm your commentator, Romy. JT is behind the scenes producing, and we are witnessing an incredible race. An incredible race that's taken place so far. An incredible race in prospect in terms of the future as well. Okay, we're going to show you a replay now in full screen. So this was the moment for Flo. He's going to send in, he's going to do what everyone's done so far. And then, is that just did his controller just disconnect or something through there? Because it's a very weird straight gist into the barrier. So I wonder what happened there. I'd love to know, and if I can, I will try and ask him maybe in the Discord, so we can give you an answer before we leave. And that is going to be Alex, who is ahead in his Force India car. So he's right now finding himself in 29th. Big field, big field here, as per normal. Niche is looking to try and have a charge on Manro. Oh, it's a spin for Steven. And that is a big disappointment for him. Another one of our contenders who was running nearer to the front, having a moment of consequence. And we are seeing so many mistakes behind the wheel. And, well, he's going to have fun putting that in the highlights. Let's hope, later on. He's going to have quite a lot of fun putting that in there as we cut to him dramatically spinning around. Okay. Right. Regroup. We've got a great fight for second place. Dakota's just dominating. I remember when I did the F2 tier, Dakota just did that. If you gave him control, Dakota can run away and can pull away. 13 Bot was the star of that season. He's so far the star of this season with one round that we've had at Hockenheim, and he's moving up to third position. He's got the inside line. He's getting closer to 6-star all the time as well, and it's going to be 13 Bot who gets through. We don't usually see many cars get through on the inside line through there, but he is able to fight his way by. Rashford comes straight back for a fight back though with the inside line, and it's going to be 13 Bot hanging on to it. Now 6-star is going to find himself off the ideal racing line. 13 Bot looking to try and pinch through to the apex first, and he's once again going to find himself on the inside line, and 13 Bot goes through. So 13 Bot gains the place. 6-star is going to find himself also pulling alongside. Rashford has absolutely nowhere to go at this stage as he watches the two ahead do battle, and this is brilliant for Dakota because he's pulling away. 13 Bot ahead of 6-star, ahead of Rashford. What great fighting for second place. Incredible scrapping there. And we are seeing a lot of battling, and it's not done yet because we're going to jump on board with Rashford. He'll try and get a slingshot. He'll try and get the slipstream, and Rashford is still going to be after a maneuver. 6-star dropping down. He'll want to avoid what happened in Hockenheim because he was basically in prime position, and then things went wrong very quickly. Right, Rashford using the toe now to gain. Gaining. Can he get through? He's going to be fighting his way by and up to third position, but can 6-star try and respond? That's the question we always have to ask in NABS, because it isn't over until it's over, and Rashford has got a full car length alongside, and now all he needs to try and do is pull away like 13 Bot has done. As we make our way by lap 10 out of 46. Incredible race so far. Niche is going to go for a move as well, trying to take 11th. All the way around the outside. He's going all the way to the white line. Oh, well, two lines are going to meet in the middle. He wasn't able to slingshot his way by. So he kind of ended up basically getting the momentum, but then having to back out of it because his rival was there. This is for fourth, third, second. It's a whole train that goes down to sixth position. Tim is trying to respond. Remember, he was running up there. And a super drive from Takoda so far, as it's pit stop time. Pit stop time. 13 bot goes round once again. Of course, it's 13 bot going different, but second to fifth have all done that. So they've all jumped in, and they will take the opportunity as we take a look down pit road. As we follow the cars with our incredible drone, which is being controlled by JT, down towards the racetrack once again, and in towards the turn number 1 as they rejoin. Of course, they've missed turn 1. They get to rejoin a little bit later on. That angle was perfect to show you how wide the cars are running and how a lot of them are very much going beyond that white line. In these F1 2010 cars, you're trying to extract absolutely everything, so it's very important. Right, the fake TB then is going to be the fake TB is going to be making his way then towards third position as they continue battling away. So Takoda, 13 bot, Alive Aches, the fake TB, and not Tyler at the moment. Lap 12 out of 46. It is Watkins Glen, an incredible racetrack to have racing at. Racing like this! Oh no, Dr. Toaster goes round, he's a lapped car. I mean, we've had issues with lapped cars so far this season. Going back to that crazy moment that we had in round 1 a week ago. As they exit through the first turn. They continue to push, they continue to attack through the next few couple of turns. Niche, the driver, in 7th. You've got Estenbar, who is chasing down Dras. When I commentated on the F2 level, these two drivers were in there about a year and a half ago now. So it's been that long, really, since we ran those Formula 2 races on Sundays. Oh no, spinning round is going to be Estenbar and Niche. Oh, that's not a good position for the cars to be in. 2 cars blocking the middle of the road. Calvaro, is he going to be able to avoid it? Multiple cars are coming. Steven, I think, is just going to be able to get away with it there. And yeah, we can see him running in the background. Oh my word. That is chaos. That is absolute chaos at the moment. So that is a dramatic sight of basically everything going wrong for one driver, and then it can catch out another, and then that can catch out another. That's simply the way the script works in NABS. One car finds himself in trouble, it can lead to big consequence things as well. Dras dropping down. So Dras dropping down due to coming into the pit lane. So he's made his way in. So here Khan is down towards turn 1 in 14th. We cut over to the fake TB because he's trying to gain some momentum. And then we cut over to these two. Steven looking to try and fight his way by the wider line on the outside. And he's just trying to now make that move easily. Of course, he wants to continue pushing after he's continued to push in this race, and he's going to send it the long way round as we find our way through. So it is all going on here at Watkins Glen. Right. Battle for second. Alive Aches and the fake TB currently pushing on at the moment as they make their way through. You may have heard audio a few moments ago. If you are in the UK in this heat wave, there is a government alert that has been sent. The producer received it a few moments ago. I've just received it now. And if you are in the UK, then you would have received it as well. And I'm sure some of these drivers definitely received it while racing at this moment. So just make sure you take a look at your phones, etc., just to keep an eye on things. As a warning has just been given. We'll continue to follow this race for the moment in time, but the drivers are going to have a lot to contend with. The fake TB gets through, and anyway, even if it's not something which, you know, gets a government alert, the heat doesn't help these drivers in the context of the race anyway, because it is very hard to focus as we make our way by. So, lap 15 out of 46. Timis is pushing on. He's currently in 6th. And Sixter is making his way by as well, as they continue pushing. Right. Down towards T1. Timis is still remaining close at the moment in time. Okay. We're still continuing with you. So we're in the middle of pit stops. We're in the middle of fighting as well going on the circuit. This is going to be for 5th right now. So Sixter now looking in the mirrors, but not a chance. Not a chance through there at the moment. Still having to wait in behind. So we've got a yellow flag up ahead. So we're about to get to something. We're about to come to something. And it's clear now, so we're not actually going to get to see what has gone on. So it was Airline, I'm being told in my ear, who had the moment. That was just in front of 13 Bot that moment would have happened. Okay, still in the early stages of the race. We'll run you through everything. It's not an ideal time right now to get a bit of a government warning, which is why we will kind of very much lost a bit of concentration and focus momentarily, but we'll get back on track. JT's been doing brilliant to make sure that we can still see the battles as well. But yes, just a quick warning to everyone who is in the UK as well at the moment. Okay. We will make our way through. No chance for Timis. Not close enough. The driver in 6th. So we find ourselves with the field continuing to attack. As we will take a look at a replay. Dras and Estenbar close together. There goes Niche. Estenbar flipped up in the air, and at this moment I'm scared because the field are coming there. Steven's about to arrive on the scene. Calvo just about makes his way by. Oh, dramatic. Dramatic stuff out there on the circuit. As they continue to get through. Okay. Oh my word! He hangs on to it. Timis hangs on to the car. We were dangerously close to another moment. Oh no, it's happened! It has happened indeed, and he's been hit as well. He's upside down in the middle of the circuit, and he's flipping around. Can everyone take avoiding action? We've got a car upside down the pit straight, and he's going to come into the pit lane, and he's going to go from there. I wouldn't even be surprised if some of the alerts maybe are jump scaring some of these drivers. I wouldn't be surprised because we've got so many. Surely one of them have been jump scared or had something go wrong if they are in the UK and have just received that. Or even anywhere in Europe at this point, because, you know, there is also heat waves in Europe as well at the moment. So, Steven currently in 8th place. And it has been an interesting... I mean, the race start was interesting. The whole first period was interesting. And then we got to some very dramatic moments. In terms of government alerts, in terms of cars flipping absolutely everywhere. And, oh, he clipped the barrier and he went round. And then, how did Piz just drive past? I don't know how he basically went underneath him. Goodness me. But yes, quickly, just to wrap up the point. not only, of course, with what the government alert have just mentioned, just make sure everyone's also staying hydrated as well, because it is very hot, basically like nearly everywhere in the world. Nearly everywhere in the world as well, of course. The lucky people in America get the air conditioning. We don't here in the UK, which is very much needed. And we'll have that rant another day, because guess what? We've got fighting to bring you. The only reason we're here is because NABS is putting on a show, and the show is about to resume. The show is about to continue. Here comes Dakota then. Is he going to be able to get alongside? Down the inside? Oh, he has a look. He has a look, but the wider line was always going to work, even if cars are fully alongside through there. The outer line works so well. As they make their way by. And lap 18 out of 46. As they continue to push. So we have settled in this race here at Watkins Glen. Leader is into the pit lane. 13 Bot comes in to make his pit stop. Here he is, down pit road. As he will make his way in. We'll go drone cam to show you this process as they make their way through. So the field continuing to attack over the start-finish line. Alive X is in as well. So he's making his pit stop at the same time. The yellow machine that you can see, the Renault rejoining the circuit, that's 13 Bot. And he's going to find himself with the fake TB going through. Sixter ahead, Dakota ahead. Then 13 Bot rejoins. And he's back on the circuit as we still make our way through. Well, here we go. Let's continue to enjoy some battling. We got past the back marker. And now Dakota is getting onto the back of Sixter. Is he going to go all the way around the outside? No. I mean, as much as he'd love to, that isn't going to quite be the case through there. So the fake TB still yet to make a pit stop, according to the information that we're getting on the website at the moment. Alive Aches making his way through. So you've got different strategies meeting in the middle at this stage. Sixter has made a pit stop. Dakota's made a pit stop. So has 13 Bot. So 18 lap old tyres for the fake TB in the lead at the moment. And yes, these pit stop strategies are very much ongoing as things stand. Okay. Dakota then is currently fighting his way through. And still on the back of the driver in second place at the moment. They both, of course, take an extended and wide line through there, because that is just the way. 35 points available for our winner. Second and third, 30 and 25. And here we go. Dakota trying to go the long way round. And he's going to be getting alongside Sixter. He's going to be getting past Sixter. Sixter's going to try come back immediately. Second and third in the race, going wheel to wheel. Remember, this will be for the net race lead once the fake TB makes his pit stop. And they still remain side by side. Dakota keeps his foot in. Sixter's trying to go the long way round. Wheel to wheel they go. And it's going to be the wider line still working out for Sixter to keep his foot in. We head down to the next corner. The outside line works very well here, but not this time for Dakota on the way in to the corner. On the way out, he'll get better traction, and we jump on board with the driver who's putting alongside. All of this battling is bringing 13 Bot into play as well. He's waiting for his chance, and they still remain wheel to wheel. What incredible battling for the net race lead this is. 13 Bot trying to go through as Dr. Toastic spins. He's a lapped car out there at the moment. And now look at this. The top four in the race are not separated by anything at the moment. The fake TB is going to come into the pit lane. That'll leave the top three battling it out. Here comes. Oh, he had to get out of it, did Sixter. He had to back out of it there. Does 13 Bot get a chance to go through on all of them? He's got the inside line, trying to take second place. Sixter goes off the road and through to P2 goes 13 Bot. He saw the battling ahead and he was able to capitalize, but now can he try and defend? Sixter trying to respond basically immediately, and they're getting closer to the leader all the time. 13 Bot trying to go from third to first, 3 wide for the leaders down towards the braking zone. 13 Bot's going through, but Sixter responds the long way round to retake the lead. What brilliant fighting we're getting. 13 Bot won't give this up surely, and he's going to try and make sure this is a fight continuously over the next few corners. He's back down the inside, or at least he's hoping to be, and Sixter is very wide. 13 Bot's got another chance. He's tucking in the slipstream. He's drawing alongside at this stage. And Dakota's setting up the line as well all the time. The wheel to wheel once again between the top two. Sixter getting basically level. They're banging wheels at this stage. If this was a real life race, they'd be getting punctures. They're surviving at the moment, and 13 Bot has P1. But we're going to ask the question once again: for how much longer will the top three remain in this order? 13 Bot already going tight. He doesn't want to give out any slipstream. He wants to try and break away and ruin this fight that we're getting at the front as well, because he wants to go dominate. He wants to go win another race. Oh no! Sixter loses it momentarily, but continues luckily. So he continues on. Some incredible racing. And they're still not done. This is going to continue for a second. The two drivers who initially started it off. Sixter is going to go through. Does Dakota fight back? He's going to sit in behind. Well, it did look like, I'll be honest through there, that he did back off a little bit more, did Dakota. That could be to allow Sixter to close in on 13 Bot and continue this fight. Okay. 13 Bot's closing in on lapped cars. Let's definitely not remember what happened to Hockenheim. We'll definitely ignore that didn't happen. They're out of the way. They're out of the way. That's good. We'll keep an eye. We'll just keep a little eye on him, picture in picture, so we can follow this main battle. Luckily the traffic's behaving themselves here today for 13 Bot. But no, it was an unfortunate few corners last time out. Wrong place, wrong time, and around a short circuit like Hockenheim as well. It was always going to happen. And so that's going to be Flo, who has lost the car. That's the smoke that you just saw that went off. And it is chaos once again here. And Pitts is joining this party as well. Three-way battle for second. So they're fighting away for second. And get ready for another fight. We'll jump on board with Dakota. Outside line's going to be taken. Wheel to wheel, once again, Sixter versus Dakota, as they make their way down towards the braking zone, and Dakota's through, but Sixter will try and respond immediately, and now they're going to be level once again. Dakota with the outside line, trying to keep the foot in, trying to brave it a long way round at this stage. We've seen some incredible side-by-side racing, that has continued corner after corner. This very much could be another one of those battles. No, Dakota is going to get a full car length alongside, and ahead by the time he dips downhill. NABS is delivering the goods, it's delivering the incredible battles and the incredible fighting. Watkins Glen is living up to all the promise that we had set at the start of the broadcast and at the start of the day. Superb stuff. Let's take a look at a replay. And, oh, glorious. 3 wide. That was unbelievable that they decided to go 3 wide through there. And sensible decision in the end for some to back out. Superb. Battling. Superb racing. And 30 Bot, of course, has gone. Okay. Well, yeah, hope you guys had fun. I'm off now to a 2.8 second lap. And it's the most 13 Bot thing to do because he's got fresher tyres as well. So it's not a surprise that he's decided to go on and do that. Right, let's do a battle for 6th place. Rashford is going to be getting himself ahead and moving up to 6th in the order. That's a super pass that has been made just now, as they will get themselves then downhill and through some of the elevation change that we do get around this circuit. We are going to get an interruption in 3, 2, 1, and the race has been neutralized. Our first full course yellow of the evening. And it's Laluch, I think, who has had the moment. So we'll see. We will see now the leaders come in. And they're going to be making their way through as well. So the full course yellows deployed and everything appeared to be going a little bit calm. And then, of course, it was going to explode again. We've got a full course yellow. Does allow us to take a deep breath up in the commentary box after an unbelievable race so far. That battling is some of the best scrapping that we've seen. That battle. That was unbelievable. Just incredible. It's all ongoing and all happening. Right, time to get drivers back onto the circuit then. Of course, not at racing speed though. With the full course yellow, they have to respect the delta during the full course yellow, of course. Perfect chance to let us know in the live chat your thoughts on the race. It's been a good one. Been an exciting one so far. And yeah, definitely one of the great battles, which I cannot wait to see how long the highlights are going to be of this race. So yeah. Wow. This has been juicy is all I'll say. This race here today. As we will get our way through with the drone cam. Always love the drone cam being brought out to allow you to see different shots. Last time we went drone cam, 13 bot spun at Hockenheim under the safety car. Tyler, of course, our safety car. We'll give him a shout out once again. Superb. You know, always nice to have the safety car out on circuit. Our safety car driver waiting. When am I going to get a chance to circulate around? I mean, last time out, the safety car was drifting around and we were having all sorts of fun. It even made the highlights. I made sure that that's even included it in the highlights. The safety car drifting it. Let's see whether we'll get any more safety car dramas and everything. The safety car driver, of course, naturally just wants to push as well. Have a bit of fun. Okay, we make our way at a reduced speed at the moment around this circuit. The top three still in position, and now that they've basically all made their pit stop at the same time, that's the lap traffic going through, by the way. As they've made their pit stop, it's equal now on tyres. So, Dakota and Six Star, do we want to continue the battle for the lead? Do we want to attack 13 bot and have an incredible three-way fight? Include Pitts as well? Include Steven? Just include everyone. I'd love a whole train. Don't know whether I'll have a voice left for it, and how much JT's hands will be hurting after the broadcast. But I guess if we do get to that territory, we will have to deal with it. So yeah, JT's doing an incredible job of driving the drone, because we haven't had to cut away from it. We haven't had to cut away from it yet because it's about to crash down somewhere. So it's working. He's doing a great job. I mean, last time out we were examining the safety cars, the safety car driver's abilities. We're now examining our producer's abilities, JT, as he tackles his way through. And at the same time, we can also watch some of our leaders in case anyone spins, and we can also see the safety car driver as well. So, you know, we're testing everyone at this point. And, I mean, even I'm being tested. I'm having to waffle on with nothing going on, which is an important skill as a commentator, believe it or not, everyone. If you do want to become a commentator, then you very much have to be able to, keep talking during lull periods, even if it's nonsense like I'm putting to your speakers right now. Nothing important. Right, let me give you something important as well. So, 35... So the 35 points are basically given to the race leader, 30 points to second and 25 to third. And then we've got 22 points that are given to fourth, 20 to fifth, and points go all the way down to 18th position, which has one singular point. So momentarily the car go around just in front of us, you would have seen. Some of the lap traffic unlapping themselves and trying to get back on a lead lap or a closer lap. Basically at the moment. So, interesting battle about to resume. 13 bot will need to try and nail the safety car restart. Dakota's going to be coming after him, and Sixter will also be doing the same. His will try and get involved, and Steven as well. So, as we cut over to our TV cams, I wonder why. So, 13 bot is... I was noticing he was running very close to the back of the safety car as well. I don't know whether he's trying to get a slow slipstream or whether he's trying to intimidate the safety car driver right now, Tyler. But yeah, he was running very closely down the straight. Wasn't weaving at all or doing anything. He was doing his Kimi Raikkonen He was trying to do his Kimi Raikkonen impression of just following exactly what the safety car does. Just follow his line. Now we can see a perfect angle. This was the angle where we saw the safety car drift in Hockenheim. So we very much could be on course to see something of that kind right now at any moment if Tyler wants a bit of screen time. I mean, the rear is flapping around. I think he might be listening to us. I have a feeling he's got us on. So, yeah, I think Tyler is possibly listening. He just wants to make sure that he's in the highlights again. You'll need to do a bit of drifting for us or something. Ideally, don't spin off though. Well, that would not be what we want. We don't want the safety car to become the danger car for everyone in the field. But no, we appreciate our safety car drivers, the whole team behind the scenes as well. I mean, it's a Discord server with over 900 people, so there's, you know, of course we have a lot of drivers here, but there is a lot of people who are behind the scenes who help with plenty of things as well. Yeah, that team boss just following. He's like, well, this is the only time I'll get to relax, won't I? So I may as well take it because something's gonna happen. It's a 13 bot thing where either he's gonna spin off, either his cat will jump on his keyboard again, or he'll just drop down. There's always something that goes on for 13 bots. So yeah. We're going to just enjoy some of the calmness. The calm before the storm. This is basically everyone. Before the chaos continues. So we're going to continue round for another lap behind the safety car. So looking at the tracker, we might be able to get the safety car in by the end of this lap, we'd hope. And then we can go racing once again. Excited to see the resumption of this race. I think it's going to be a great race, this one. The remainder of it, and so far it's been exactly that. It's been incredible. So lap cars are still going through. That's the drivers in 30 first. So yeah, SGK. And then there's a few others even, which I assume might be still stuck somewhere. I would not be surprised. Definitely see them fanning out a little bit. Side by side, wheel to wheel. I think there's another lap car coming through. So Dr. Postig, that's 32nd. 30th is closing in. 33rd should be in. Well, this is 33rd at the moment. As we jump on board with him. So I think he's about to make some overtakes, in fact, and he might need to. Yeah, so he's going to be getting his way back up as well. So we'll put him picture in picture at this stage. So he's going to need to unlap himself further because there's a few drivers, I think, 2 laps down. Oh, he's on the grass. Careful now. Oh, my word. He very nearly smashes into the back. Oh, it might be behind the safety car. We're getting more jump scares at the moment. Full screen. Oh, he's having to drive on the grass to avoid everyone. There's a few drivers doing Kimi Raikkonen impressions in the field. There's others who are absolutely weaving. Oh, that's tight. Can he fight his way by? There's still more weaving. Oh, he's on the grass trying to overtake them. He's literally going on the grass, right? That's 13 bot. He's going to need to go fast. Okay, there we go. There we go. Right. I thought I had numerous moments in that whole thing that something was going to happen. But there is 13 bot at the moment. Making his way through. Okay, that was interesting to watch. Very interesting to watch. So we're going to go around again, I believe. So we'll have another lap behind the safety car to find out what we get up to this time around. But yes, points go to the top 18, so there is going to be a lot of drivers who don't end up scoring anything. As they will continue to get through. As they fight their way by. As down to behind the safety car, the lap cars have got through. They've all made the maneuvers, and I say fight back because the reason why I use that terminology is because they very much have had to. So they very much have had to. Lap 29, and we're going to tick on to lap 30, and that's when we will get the safety car coming back in. As they still make their way by. So 13 bot then. About to take us back to the green flags. Dakota, and then Sixter, Pizzed, and Steven. So Tyler's now just fully got on the gas. He's absolutely got his foot flat to the floor. Speed's increasing all the time. Now this is just a case of let's hope he keeps it together on the road, because this is him on full attack. If the safety car was to race at the back, then this is how it'd look like, everyone. Oh, I can see he's having to correct the steering wheel. He's not getting a 10 out of 10 for that, I'll tell you. Okay, we'll follow him in closely. I'll give him a 9 from what we've seen so far. Right, he's about to get it in to the pit lane, and that will mean that 13 bot is going to be in behind, and we will continue to see some racing take place. So we will continue to see these drivers do battle around Watkins Glen. Right, we are through the final turn and the green flags fly once again. And already we have got a battle for second position. Dakota versus Sixter into turn number 1. And it's going to be Dakota ahead. Also side by side is Steven. He is trying to improve his position. And he's trying to just fight off at the moment Pizzed. And he has got ahead momentarily. They're still actually doing battle. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, here comes Dakota. The top two going wheel to wheel on this restart. There's chaos in the background. Dakota takes the lead. And 13 bot goes on the grass. He's trying to fight back down the inside line. And Dakota is going to be finding himself ahead. And we have got an interruption again in this race because there was chaos at the back. Someone with trouble. Crisp is round. The fake TB dropped to the back as well, our pole sitter. And we had smoke that came off the cars. So there was a car that was apparently sent basically nearly to the moon. Oh my word. Drama. So yeah, we would have loved to have showed you that, but we had a battle for the lead at the front of the field. And Dakota and 13 bot, they were literally getting close to contact. I thought they were about to collide with 13 bot trying to go all in on the grass. So yeah. Welcome back onto the circuit. Our favourite driver in the field, the only driver who we're biased for in the commentary box, Tyler. Here he is. We don't support anyone else, but we do. Okay, 13 bot's coming in to the pit lane. Right, so 13 bot comes in and he's going to make another pit stop. So he's going completely different. Look at the gaps that are formed between. That's the top like 6, and then down to Calvaro. There was big chaos. There was big trouble. Gaps have formed massively. So there's a big gap between about 6th. So there was a 6th and, well, it's very much spread out between P6 and the position below that of 7th. And then you've got, there was a, well, 18th and 19th split a little bit. 20th to 21st as well. 24th downwards have now split to the drivers behind because they've made pit stops. Wow, okay. This race continues to deliver. Oh, that's 13 bot. Oh my word, it's chaos once again. We are behind the safety car, but cars are absolutely, well, the safety car's in this lap, but we turn our attention over to a crash fest, basically, behind the safety car. As, I mean, these two drivers are racing to get onto the back of the safety car, but meanwhile as they do that, they're basically getting close to racing each other. Oh, goodness me. The safety car, period. Oh! Someone has found their way to the barrier, and that is another car finding themselves in trouble. I mean, they mostly kept it together. As more trouble. Round we go at the back of the field. Lalich is going to be the car involved. I mean, I think the driving standards have seriously been better. So, so we've got the safety car restart happening. I think driving standards have been better, I would say, while actually green than under safety car. Everything that's going on the safety car is very dramatic, I would say. Right, here we go. Tyler will be back in. Takoda is going to be leading the way, and he will make his way out of the final corner. Takoda, Sixter, your top two. Stephen in third position, and then Pizd and Not Tyler currently the order. They take wide lines to turn number one as we go green flag. Racing once again around Watkins Glen. A chaotic round two of the season continues, and it's all drama at the moment as well. Rashford is trying to close in and Not Tyler. You can see that in the mini box that we've got for you, and Rashford is going to go through now in full picture and in full screen as he's going to be ahead of Not Tyler. So Rashford fifth, Not Tyler in sixth. As side by side Calvaro and Alive Aches as well doing battle. Downhill we momentarily go, and they're going to be scrapping away all the time. Naigu and Laluch. Laluch who had issues under the safety car period, and Naigu is going to lose out. Round the outside goes Laluch and he gains the place. Back over to this fight we go to these two of Alive Aches chasing down Calvaro. It's incredible what we're getting here so far. Someone's gone off, I believe. Somewhere on the circuit, I'm being told in my ear at the moment. We'll go further back in the field to see the brawling flow on the grass. Laluch has gone round again. Not the last few laps he would have wanted one bit. Back to the fighting we go. Not Tyler defending to the inside. Calvaro later on the brakes. There's still a car you can see on the inside line. There won't be with that outer line that Calvaro has taken, and it's worked in his favour. And he's taken the position of P6. And Not Tyler's going to get a chance to fight back. Alive X is going to be in there as well. Oh, it's very close. Very close. Three wide we go at the moment in time. And it's going to be Alive X who fights his way past the pair of them. Oh, Not Tyler's been sent onto the grass there as well. So Calvaro and Not Tyler coming to blows momentarily. And it's going to be Calvaro ahead of Not Tyler. We'll bring you a replay of that in a few moments' time. But for now, we'll continue to watch the scrapping and the overtaking fest that is ongoing on this circuit at the moment. Naigu is searching for a move. Dras searching for an overtake as well. That's the car going to the inside. Not Tyler the long way round. Can he carry the speed in through the corner? Over the curb. Back uphill he goes. Dras the long way around the outside. And these two getting their own version of a thrilling fight that is going corner after corner. Dras has to back out of it. Not Tyler goes through. Fastest lap of the race for our race leader, but he's only half a second ahead of Sixter. So the top two in a battle. It's a long-term battle, so that's why we've not cut to it yet, because they're not getting that close, but it is within range. 13 bot with the fastest lap. He's the driver in P14. Zohair Khan. Now the next one to try and make an attack. That's close under braking as he fights his way by and moves up to 18th position ahead of Andrew as well. That's the car that he's just overtaken. Super stuff down at turn number one. Naigu, we're keeping an eye on him as well because he was battling up against Dras here. Well, he's now battling as well with Omar as things stand. So they're going to be involved in a bit of a battle, a bit of a drag race as things stand. So Naigu with the inside, but we know that inside line doesn't work often, and he loses out that position. Rashford is chasing down Stephen. We take a look full screen as everything calms down only for a second behind. Timis is going to be trying to make a manoeuvre. Zohair Khan is looking for a move as well. He's getting to the inside line, and he is going to be fighting his way through. Or at least you'll hope he is. But these two still in a ding-dong, still fighting away at this stage. And we are seeing a lot of side-by-side racing. These drivers not getting any moments to relax in this one. As Zohair Khan then leads us over the line. That is going to be our Tier 2 pole sitter. Also just in the mix further back. And Odemos. Someone has gone round, so we've just had a spin that you would have seen. There we go. So smooth with a not so pointed car in the right direction, let's just say. The gap is extended between the leaders to 1 second. Rashford and Stephen are still close together. Timmis is trying to go on the attack. The driver who sits second place in the championship. It was a Reynolds 1-2 with 13 winning last time out. Right now, they are in different races. Timmis trying to go by, and he's going to get the inside line. Drass is doing all he can to fight back, but Timmis is ahead, and Timmis has got the position for the moment. Lap 46, not long to go in this one. A reminder to you that 13bot and Timmis are 1-2 in the standings. Malta is not with us. Takoda on for a great result. He's the driver 4th in the standings. Rashford is 5th in the standings, and he's 4th on the road right now. So some of the drivers who are running highly up in those standings with a great chance to capitalise, and then some who are already there after the brilliance of Hockenheim, possibly about to lose out, either due to a bad day today maybe, or in general possibly just not even being here in Malti's case. Malti, of course, the Williams driver who was very much involved in battling. We had a spin in the background. That we're going to focus on Zohair Khan and seeing the defence. Manro looking to go on by, won't be the only one there for company. So Manro goes past, and then can Odimos as well follow through? That'll be the aim for him. As we check in, so Odimos once again in the mix, and we'll be checking whether there's any alternative line he can take to his rival to try and blast his way by. Lap 36 of 46, make that lap 37 now. And the next laps are going to flick on by as Odimos still assesses his options. Niche chasing down Drass, Rashford chasing down Stephen. So that's ongoing at the moment in the battle for second position. But that does, of course, bode the question of for Sixter. He must have dropped down. So he must have had he must have had something go on to no longer be running in that second, because the first and second were Dakota and Sixter. He's now in 5th. So that's why battle for third is now for second. This is the battle for 17th position. Odimos is ahead. Zohair will try fight back with the outside line. There we go. Send it in. See what purchase you've got off the corner. And now he's going to get the inside for the next turn. But this is actually great driving from Odimos, because he's keeping the foot in. And then eventually, there's just no more chances to do exactly that. And he'll try fight back, but not at this stage off the lap. Maybe though in a few meters' time. Timmis is definitely going to be scrapping away though. We have to keep one eye on him as we jump on board with him. And we'll see whether he can try turn 8 into 7th position then. Into the braking zone. And now he's got some great speed. Here we go. This could be a great chance. Sending one to the inside. We haven't seen any drivers really attempt moves through there. We have to this part of the circuit, however. And that's going to be Timmis fighting his way through. 13bot, meanwhile, has got past Drass. So he's just made the move. Drass is trying to come back. Timmis the long way round of not Tyler, though, and Timmis is going to have that place. So one Reynolds goes through. Another Reynolds goes through. Timmis gains a place. 13bot gains a place. And Drass and not Tyler are the two to lose out on lap 38. So some great fighting ongoing. Oh, no! Odimos and Zohair Khan were in a great fight. And it's ended in contact. You see the result of it, which sends Odimos straight to the scene of his accident at the barrier. And he'll now keep his foot in and continue on a few seconds off the pace. So, Rashford then chasing down Stephen. Dakota given the chance to try and pull away. 13bot is going to need... He's got fresher tyres, yes. He's got mediums and he's chasing down hards at the moment. He's of course got fresher mediums. He's on lap 9 with his tyres. Lap 15 the rest of the field are on. Of course, that was when they pitted under the safety car. So at the moment, 13bot finds himself in 9th. Not making the progress required to be a factor in this race, I will say, however. And that'll be a shame for him, because I think he absolutely could have been up there. But yeah, making a pit stop during that safety car. Naigu has spun. And rejoins and continues on his way around Watkins Glen. Rashford versus Stephen is going to be our battle for 2nd position. Now we'll keep an eye on and we'll see whether they can do anything about the leaders. This was the moment where we cut over to Odimos and Zohair Khan as they scrapped away. Here comes Rashford then. Down towards T1. Stephen, of course, running wide. So we'll keep an eye and follow this battle, because the closing speed can be so important, and that can be the deciding thing, because you're right in the slipstream with these F1 2010 cars. You're closing, and then are we passing? No, he's too far back on that occasion, but maybe if he can keep his foot in with the next few turns we can see a battle. That is a fight. 13 bots going past, and he's using the tyres at this stage, trying to minimize the damages. 13 bot. Only issue is he's only got 6 laps to go to try and make some positions. That's the lap car that they've just gone through. So 13 bot now has 2 seconds to gain to get to Timis. I don't assume Timis is going to fight it, considering 13 bot's got fresher tyres. With Calvaro, that'll be the driver that they'll both want to finish, and they'll want to maximise points for Renault overall like they did last week. Timis had a massive twitch. As we now check in with Rashford in the mini box as he chases down Stephen. And you're always going to be trying to set it up. See if you can get close then. Can you get the slingshot that's required? That's exactly what Timis is going to be trying to do in a few moments' time. But it is getting closer and closer, and this is the chance for Rashford then. He's tucked directly into the slipstream, trying to go alongside, and he's going to fight his way through around the outside to take 2nd place. As meanwhile, you've just seen one battle go on in that way. Timis is going to be ahead of Calvaro. 13 bot still 2 seconds away, so he's not arrived on the scene to capitalise just yet. Rashford up to 2nd, and he's been attempting to do that basically since the safety car restart. But now he's just trying to hang on. Meanwhile, Zohair can't fought his way by. The driver who was just involved in contact a few moments ago. Airline trying to come back. But that's just the leave the nose in there. Try to scare your rival off the racing line. But Zohair absolutely keeps it pinned. We don't have long left to run here in our 2nd race at Watkins Glen of Season 8. This is the driver in the lead, who is dominating things since the safety car period, and since 13 bot made that decision to come into the pit lane. But he's not been able to roar his way through the field, and Dakota therefore is continuing to run. And then Sixter had something go on, which meant that there's no battle for the lead, because it was initially meant to be between Sixter and Dakota, but Sixter now instead is, well, battling with Timis, who had to go onto the grass momentarily even. He'll hope for now for an easier route on by. The Constructors' Championship leader feeling brave at this stage, and they're banging wheels. Sixter is going to keep it around the outside line, so we are going to find ourselves with Timis ahead of Sixter. Sixter's doing everything in the world to try and respond. We had a car that spun in front of the leader. Luckily, Takoda. Well, it wasn't. So luckily, it wasn't in front of Takoda directly. It was to the side of Takoda, luckily, which is why he didn't hit into the back. Or if he did, then that would have been a dramatic sight. That would have very much given us vibes of Hockenheim, which we've been mentioning quite a lot of times. Which is why we gave you the picture-in-picture through there, to see if there was anything dramatic that happened in front of the leader. And it very much did. Because of how many cars there is, it can always get in the way. And the gap is about 3.5 seconds. So if there is anything that goes on, that would take Takoda right to the, well, behind and into 2nd, 3rd. As here comes 13 bot. Around the outside he's going to go. And he's going to use his fresher medium tyres to his advantage. But can he make this pass without Calvaro responding? Calvaro's always going to get the chance to fight back. 13 bot though sets the line up perfectly. He turned in. And he basically was like, I'm taking this position regardless. Niche and Dras are the next two to battle through there. Contact straight into the barrier for Dras. Niche continues on. Luckily, no one smashes into the side of Dras when he rejoins the road. And that's some of the battling ending in tears through that part of the circuit. As they head through there. Okay. Dakota, Rashford, Stephen, Pizd and Timis. The order at the moment. As 13 bot gets past more lap traffic. And we'll put focus on him closing in on Sixter. And see whether he can do exactly that. I think he's going to get a great chance. I think 5th is possible. I'd assume Timis would probably let him go if they're maybe doing the team game. They might not though, equally, because maybe there's nothing for 13 bot to gain after that. For now, we'll watch this overtake though. And he's going through. Takes the place before the corner, but that gives Sixter the chance to fight back. And it's going to be 13 bot having to brave it around the outside, and he does have the place. But it's a nervy moment of, well, watching on and seeing what happens, basically. Here is Marco then, with Dras in front of him. No longer with Dras in front of him because he sailed by, and he makes the pass. Nice and tidy, as he is able to muscle his way by, and muscle his way through. Right, back over to 13 bot Sixter and Timis then. Let's quickly just take a look at a replay. Niche and Dras. Oh my word. And Dras very much sent into the wall. We've only got 2 more laps to go, including this one. We are making our way towards the final stages. Never leave before the checkered flag though, because this race with these cars taught you all those seasons ago how something can happen in the final lap, and how maybe the craziest thing in league history can happen on the final lap. So you never leave until this one's over, because you just don't know what's going to happen simply. So stay with us as well. Okay, the fake TB then is going to be fighting through on Dras. Dras has been losing positions. And remember, you have to remember, while the fake TB took pole position, it was always going to be a tricky day. And it's his debut, you have to remember. That's so, so important. And the fake TB, if I can get my words out, fights his way through. And up to 13th. Can he go and chase SGK? And he is going to get past. So another place gained. Well, 2 in the price 1, basically. In the... So that was a lapped car, I should say, of SGK at the moment. So, of course, not really fighting it and getting out of the way. So one position gained there. But, yeah, a bit of late braking needing to be done by the fake TB to just make sure that he secured it and he was ahead. We are on the final tour of the 2nd round of Season 8 in the NABS Racing League with our F1 2010 cars. Do the Renault drivers battle it out? Do they risk the team points, or do they go the sensible route? Or do they just hold position, which is another option? Because it was Timis who let 13 bot go last time. Is Timis going to be the one who is allowed to stay ahead this time? We'll wait and see. Sixter is not really putting too much pressure on, so they basically can just remain in these positions if they want to. Oh my word, look at this. So we've got Alive Aches who is battling Omidos with Crisp as well. So Crisp is fighting his way through. Crisp won't be able to get there, and we will make our way through the final turn. Takoda wins an incredible race in Watkins Glen as he takes the checkered flag to take the 2nd race of Season 8. Rashford in 2nd, and Stephen will complete the podium for his 1st race of the season. Pizd and then Timis, the Reynolds, maintaining position over the line in 5th and 6th. Sixter in 7th, who had a mistake or a moment late on to ruin his chances. Then not Tyler, then Niche Eventually, we might get to some battling all the way till the end. I think there's going to be cars definitely who are going to be close over the line, not the ones we've seen so far. So here we go. This is going to be the battle then. Down right towards the end of the race. Chris trying to make the move. And it's going to be Odimos who is going to have the position for the moment. Could it be a drag race to the line between these two drivers? I think Odimos is going to be home just about over the line. And it was 200ths of a second as we get the... What is this? Is this the just parade? Well, I mean, yeah, it is the parade, but it's a... cars are glued together. Incredible. Don't know whether they're honouring the virtual fans, maybe the virtual marshals. They're waving to them. Possibly. That's okay. I think it's the Reynolds instigating it. I saw 13 bot there a few moments ago. Timus is there, and then eventually everyone's got bored of crawling at that pace because they're racing drivers, of course. They want to push. So I think some of them have got bored. So yeah, the whole gaggle got ruined because they want to do more fun things like Takoda doing donuts, and then Rashford being like, no, you don't. I'm just going to come in and whack you into the side to interrupt the fun that you're having. Oh, what is going on? Okay, well, they're trying to, I don't know, create a baby F1 2010 car or something? Because they were getting very close. Very, very close there. So we got a car park. That's not the best parking skill by some of them. Could have at least parked it straight. For our camera down there. Incredible. Incredible, incredible stuff. Well, Takoda, Rashford, and Steve was the order over the line, and that was a superb race in the end. And I'm looking forward to seeing how the remainder of the season is going to go. But today, it's Takoda, Rashford, and Steven who've ended up taking the high positions. Well, how about that, everyone? It's very important now to take a bit of a deep breath after quite a crazy race. After a lot of drama, a lot of entertainment for us definitely watching on. I mean, yeah, that was an interesting hour because we even had government alerts happening in that, and everything. There was government alerts. There were, well, the heat in general is just very much bad at the moment. But you know, the racing that we had, lots of chaos, lots of car parks, lots of collisions, some three wide battling. That was superb. That was absolutely superb stuff from the field. And that was really, really entertaining to watch the NABS race around Watkins Glen. Watkins Glen, a great circuit to go racing at. And basically everyone had said for a while, didn't they? Everyone had said for a while that it was going to deliver and it was going to be good. And how was it? It was absolutely incredible. So that was superb. And I'm looking forward to seeing the remainder of the season and how it all goes. Because we've got some championship. If you thought that maybe 13 bot might just dominate everything, nope, that's not going to be the case. You're going to get things that'll go wrong for him. And he always does have the 13 bot moment that can erupt out of absolutely nowhere. So that is something that we're going to have to contend with as well. He's going to have to be careful across the rest of the races. And he's going to have to be really, really careful to just make sure that nothing gets away from him moving forward. Right, okay. It has been a superb race. And we have got some season coming your way in terms of the remaining rounds that we have left to run as well. So this is your calendar and how it looks. As you can see, we will make our way off to the Red Bull Ring next time out in Austria. Then we've got the Grand Prix of the Czech Republic. Then over to Spa, to Baku, to Poland, to Sao Paulo, to Singapore, to Silverstone, and then to Magny Cours in France. And then we'll conclude our journey in Abu Dhabi, round number 12 of the season on 30th October. So there's still a long, long, long way to go in this. this championship as well. So still a very long way to go then, and lots of races to be run at the moment. Okay, well that's what we've had in terms of the. So it's been very exciting in terms of the race. Okay, so that is it in terms of the driving and all of the post-race analysis for myself, because we're about to get that from the drivers. The interviews are coming your way next. Okay, we're just getting everything prepared and all the final preparations until we can get a word with some of our contenders as well as they make their way through. We're going to get to speak to Stephen now.
Yo!
Well, hello. Very excited. Was it great behind the wheel?
Mate, I did not expect that at all.
You weren't expecting that. Yeah.
No, not at all, mate. Not at all.
Wow.
I
Okay.
literally, in the qualifying,
Yep.
bro, I was like, how the hell am I so fast?
Yeah.
Shocked.
Well. Take us through it then. Take us through your day. From your perspective, how was it then?
Well, it was great. I mean, I had a little bit of a spin somewhere in the first stint, but I managed to come back from it, thankfully, due to the safety car panning out pretty well with the strategy as well. And from there on out, I just kind of had to drive it home. Unfortunately, lost P2, but you know, it's my first podium in 2 seasons. So
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, we've ran F1 2010 before at NABS. Is it exactly how you remember it?
it's a little bit different now. It's better. It's better than before. I mean,
Yep.
the cars is much better done now, obviously than back then. And the competition is way tougher.
It
So
is.
I wasn't expecting this at all. I thought I wouldn't finish on the podium at all this season.
Yeah, I think we had a race of shocks as well because of, in qualifying, pole position on debut for the fake TB. So that was absolutely incredible to watch. We usually like to ask this question, but because, of course, there's so many cars, there's always going to be issues with, well, a lot of hairy moments. Was there any specific moments for you where you kind of got jump scared with what was going on the circuit?
Yeah. There was toe stick. Yeah, there was a lapped. It was a lapped car.
Yep.
And man, I came up to him, and I thought I was gonna die there for a second. I had a good battle with Calervo though. That was great.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, quick unrelated question as well, or kind of related to this. Did you get a government alert, or are you in the UK, and did you get a government alert during that race?
I did not, but I know that Sixta did.
Yeah. So JT got it. I got it as well. As well. So yeah, we basically had a government alert, a few of us. So I mean, do you know? Did it distract Sixter? Did it? What did it do for him? If you know
He
that.
was he was kind of shocked mid race. He was like, "What? My phone's going crazy."
Yeah, I very much got distracted when that happened as well. But no, good thing that you avoided it. Looking ahead then to the remainder of the season, what tracks are you looking forward to? Of course, we didn't get to speak to you last time out because you weren't racing. You brilliantly put together highlights there and a few clips for us on social media. But looking ahead to the season with you now being behind the wheel, what are you looking forward to when it comes to our circuits that are coming up?
Oh, mate, I'm looking forward to Singapore. That's one of my favorite tracks.
Yeah.
I think that'll be an extremely fun race. And I on the previous 2010 season, we got a double podium there as well, together with Dakota. So hopefully we can replicate that.
Yep, absolutely. Also, of course, you had a few moments out there on the circuit. Will they be making it into the highlights, or are you going to be a biased highlights editor and not include it?
Uh, I think we'll see. We'll see what makes it into the highlights. I'm not sure what else happened on the track.
There
So
was a lot. There was a
I heard
lot.
there was some good battles. So I
Yeah,
might not make it.
yeah. You might be able to save yourself from that regard because there are just so many big important things that happen. Okay, well, thank you very much for speaking to us, and we look forward to seeing how your season goes.
Thank you. Have a great day.
To you as well. That is Stephen, who we have just spoken to. And we are going to be now heading into a bit of a waiting game to see our next contender join us in a few moments' time. In the meantime, you've got me once again on your screen as well. And we are now getting ready to speak to Rashford. Well,
Yeah,
welcome to
hello
the
guys.
commentary box. How was that
Hello
race for
guys.
you then?
Bro, it was up and downs, man, since the start. Bro, I managed to clear one guy from pole position. Was up
Yep.
to actually I think P5 or P4. Was quite happy with my pace. Then after that first stop, unfortunate spin from my side put me at P18, I think. Was
Yep.
actually depressed after that. But yeah, I just happy that the pace was there, and I think the pace was like for P3, for P4, but yeah, a few guys just spun out as well, and at the end, that Dakota had that small advantage of me of the pace as well. So I'm taking it.
Yeah. So across the UK, we had quite a few government alerts. Did you get any?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Well, even if you did, you don't know. So that's all good as well. Because I know Sixter did, myself and JT did. So we're just asking who actually got them as well. But in terms of on the circuit, was there any specific jump scare moments for you?
Oh, there was a few blue flags that were
Yep.
kinda, I mean, annoying. Like they wouldn't get out of the way, but
Mm.
apart of that, I think it was a pretty okay race. Like managed to avoid everything that was scary. So yeah, I'm just happy that I finished on P2 and survived that race.
Absolutely. And it was a great job from you as well. Okay, looking ahead to our calendar then. What races are you looking forward to that we've got coming your way in the remainder of
Oh
this
my god,
season?
let me launch the calendar. Wait. Yeah, I'm missing most, unfortunately.
Oh,
I
that's
think
a
I
shame.
like that track. Austrian GP, I think might be like one of the weakest for me. I just don't like this track to drive, to be honest.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to my Polish GP, like
Yep.
my home Grand Prix.
Yeah.
French and Britain will be good as well. So we will see. We will see how's the pace looking there.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really exciting. Okay, well, thank you very much for speaking to us. Congratulations on today. And we look forward to following your season in the races that you do end up doing.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Bye bye.
Goodbye indeed. That was Marcus Rashford. And it is back over to me for a few moments until we get our race winner heading our way as well. 13 bot will very much send them. Will very much send them over to us at the moment in time. And it is going to be very exciting, very, very exciting to hear what Takoda has to say after an incredible performance and after an incredible drive. There's usually NABS races which you can luck into things, etc. Okay, 13 bot made a decision, and that took him out of contention. But Takoda had some great pace, and it very much looked like outright he was definitely one of the quickest drivers. So a deserved performance, a really, really deserved performance as well. Okay, well, we are going to wait and see whether we're getting Dakota sent our way. But for the moment, Dakota very much is going to be in the midst of the championship battle. And he's going to definitely be a contender moving forward and will bring a challenge to Renault. Started the season with a Renault 1-2. A team 1-2 from a neutral perspective is not always what you want to start off a campaign. But sometimes that is just the way. But as we can see, it's going to be competitive. There's going to be new drivers who can come and put it on pole, for example, like we saw today. So, you know, very much just keep an eye on things. Very much just keep an eye on things, because yeah, it can get very chaotic very quickly in NABS, and the championship can be thrown wide open. Okay, we have got our
What
race
is up?
winner now joining us as well. So now with us, as I said, is our winner of round number 2 of the season, Takoda. Takoda, can you hear us?
What is up, bro? Yeah, I can hear you, bro. How we doing?
Well, you seem very excited. How was
Of course,
that one
man.
for you then?
Good, man. Good race, bro. So tough, bro. So good.
Yeah, very tough. Okay, talk us through your race from your perspective. It really looked like you had a lot of outright pace on the circuit.
Yeah, bro. So many bro. Best part of the race was me battling Siggy. I don't know. Did you catch it on the stream, bro? Siggy
Yeah,
Devo? Bro,
yeah,
that was so tough, bro. This track's amazing. It's so fast, and then the pace was good, and yeah, bro, it was so good, bro.
It was absolutely incredible. Some of the racing and some of the battling that you delivered for us. Then we had the safety car restart, and then you were able to break away and pull away then as well and get yourself to the win. Coming into today, was that your expectation to be winning this race, or
Not
were
really,
you?
man.
No, you weren't.
No, not really, bro. I don't know if you knew, but they changed the tire temps before the
Oh,
this race, and I wasn't really. I was like 3 times off, and then I always know in the race I'm a bit quicker, but I think the tire temps really helped me today because I could push like crazy. Like they didn't go below 120 temps, so it was really good.
yeah, absolutely. I did hear the fake TB mention that possibly that could have also helped him take that pole position when it
100%,
came
yeah.
to qualifying as well. Yeah, it was an incredible job by him. Also, we've asked this question to the other two drivers, but did you get any government alert across that race? Because I know a
Sorry,
few
say it
people
again.
did.
What?
There was a government alert if you were in the UK.
No, bro. I'm from the Netherlands, man.
Ah,
I didn't
okay.
have that, bro.
Perfect,
No, no.
perfect. You avoided it. Yeah, because there's a
Yeah,
big
I'm good,
heat wave
bro.
going on.
I mean, same here, bro. It's
Yeah.
40, 35 degrees here, so I'm kind of dying. But we took that, bro. Like I was sweating, like my head, it's like I was like raining, bro. Low key.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, looking ahead to our calendar then. From your perspective, what rounds are you looking forward to? What rounds do you think you
Ooh,
might possibly not
let's
be
see,
quick at?
bro. Oh man, Singapore, man. I love that track. And Brazil and Poznan. I love the Polish track, bro. So good.
Yeah, really excited to see some of the racing around there. Lots of drivers are looking forward to that. But in terms of from a championship perspective, I've seen that's the goal this season: beat the Reynolds, beat 13 Bot, beat the rest of them.
It's gonna be tough, man. On a real track like this track is like it's like almost an oval, so the pace difference is very very narrow. But I want to give
Yeah.
it a shot, bro.
Yeah, that is always the way. You just never know what is going to happen. Okay, well, thank
Exactly.
you very much for joining us. Congratulations on your victory, and best of
Thank
luck
you,
for the
bro.
remainder of the season.
Thank you, bro. Shout out to Steve, bro. P3, bro. W,
Yep,
Steve.
yep, P3 for him. A great job, and a great job by yourself as well.
Bye, bro.
Goodbye as well. Thank you very much for joining us. So that was Takoda, who was speaking with us there, our race winner, and great to get interviews from the top three as a whole. Well, that is going to bring everything to a close here. From Watkins, Glen as well. Of course, I won't be back with you for the remainder of the season as I get back busy into calling real life motorsport watch along action. So it means that you'll have others talking you through some of the chaos of NABS, but it has been a pleasure to return back after a year and a half away, and it has been a pleasure to commentate these 2 weeks for you. And what 2 weeks it has been of Hockenheim and Watkins Glen. Okay, well, I'm sure we'll speak again in the future, but thank you very much for joining us. And until we do speak again, I'm looking forward to seeing how things are going to go. Okay, well, from a season perspective, we've got some campaign coming your way. That is round 2 done of season 8. Watkins Glen has delivered some absolutely incredible racing, and I cannot wait to be watching on and tuning in to see what the rest of the season will have for us. We will see you later on. For now, it is goodbye.